Ladies and gentlemen, and let's put your hands together, straight from the masters of putt-putt, voted the top comic in the entire country in his price range. How about a nice big round of applause for your MC for the week, Mr. Mark Cordes.
Thank you so much. Thank you. How you guys doing? I got to be honest, that was kind of lame. It's the first night. I know you're just getting here. You got food, you got cocktails, but you got a lot of energy. So let's try that again. How you doing, Marriott? This is awesome. This is going to be a lot of fun. We got a great evening planned for you, a great conference planned for you. And for the first time ever, engineering and IT are at the conference together. How cool is that? A round of applause for that. We definitely encourage you to kind of break out of your normal pattern of people you hang out and talk to and get to meet people from all walks of the industry here. That's what this is all about. And with that in mind, we'd also like to remind you that this can't happen without all the sponsors and vendors. So you're going to hear this a lot this week because it's that important. Make sure you take time to thank all the sponsors, all the vendors for putting this thing together. And what a great event this is, huh? Right here at the beautiful Renaissance at SeaWorld. Did you enjoy the location, the food, and the drink so far? And I would like to make one announcement. This is going to carry on for the whole week. Please, as a courtesy to those on stage and those around you, whenever you come into general sessions like this, silence your cell phone, iPad, whatever pager. If you have a pager, what the hell's wrong with you? You dealing drugs on the side? Is that what that is? But whatever you've got, take a time. Every time you come into a setting like this, silence your electronic device. And we've made an executive decision. If you don't and your phone goes off and distracts other people, we'll consider that a $100 donation to Marriott Charities. That got a few people's attention. So to reiterate, so you can't say you weren't warned, if your phone goes off, it's $100 to Marriott Charities. And if the person next to you hasn't turned theirs off, call them. Because the charity could really use the money. What else we want to talk about? We do once again want to thank this fine property for sponsoring this conference. And with that in mind, I'd like to kick it off and introduce the gentleman who is the Director of Engineering here at the Renaissance. How about a huge welcome to his own property, Mr. Kenny Thomas. Kenny, come on out.
Hey guys, how's everybody? Hey, good evening to you, and I wanted to welcome you to the Renaissance Orlando at SeaWorld. Hope you had a good day today, and welcome. It's been great catching up with some old friends, and it's been nice to meet some new people and make some new friends. Encourage you to do that the rest of the week. That's what this is all about, network and get to know each other. I want to introduce our GM, Bob Walsh, and also Mark Powell, the Area Director of IT.
Anybody have a pager? Anyway, welcome. I'm Bob Walsh, General Manager here, and beside me is Mark Powell. We are not the comedians tonight, so have no fear. But I also wanted to thank Kenny. You know, on behalf of myself and the whole leadership team, it's great having Kenny back.
Thank you.
You all might not know, but a year ago, pretty much this week, Kenny had a heart transplant. So isn't it awesome that this man's back in the saddle and rocking and rolling with us, huh? Right?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And you know, my job's hard enough as it is, but if I don't have a good wingman in that saddle, in that seat, my job is miserable. So I really want to appreciate you, Kenny.
Thank you.
Yep. And I just checked Transcendent on the way up, and it seems like we have about 180 work orders. So I figured I did a little calculation, and if I hand out a few of them on your way out tonight, we can knock them out before the rest of the arrivals. But anyway, sit back, relax, enjoy yourself. On behalf of my team, my entire team here, it's so wonderful to have you all here with us. If you do get any surveys at the end, make sure it's just 9s and 10s, right? But if you need anything at all, make yourself at home more enjoyable, please let me know. I'm blessed with a fantastic team here, and we'll do everything we can to make this a great memory for you and make you feel welcome among friends. Thank you and enjoy yourself, and I'll turn it over to Mark.
Thank you very much and welcome to beautiful Orlando Renaissance. We're happy everybody could join us. It's great that we've got two of the most important disciplines in our business together, because we are the primary supporter of the entire infrastructure of the hotels, whether it's something in the guest room or whether it's technology driven. So it's great that we're able to partner with our friends in engineering, because our worlds are starting to come together. We're starting to do a lot of the same things together. So I want to thank everybody for attending. On behalf of what I think is the best IT professionals in the business in the state of Florida, I want to say thank you to my team. They do a great job in supporting these hotels and all the ladies and gentlemen in our business. So if you do have any technical issues during the week, because we do have so many fine IT professionals here, please remember, call 240-632-6000. So on behalf of my team and the team here at the Orlando Renaissance, thank you very much and have a great time this week.
Guys, y'all have a good time. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Big round of applause for those folks that are our hosts. A couple of other announcements. When you registered at the registration desk, you received a very cool backpack, and inside that backpack was a water bottle. So we encourage you to use that. If you notice, in the interest of being green, we're not going to have a lot of paper cups and stuff like that around. So we encourage you to hang on to your water bottle and use that all week. And make sure you stay hydrated. You're in Florida. You don't want to... I know you guys are going to stay hydrated at the bars. But if you drink that stuff called water, make sure you use the water bottle a lot. And you've got one. We've provided you with one right there. Also, we're playing a cool thing. We're playing the game. And you've already figured out how that works. You're going to go around. You're going to meet some of the vendors. You're going to meet some of the different ways to acquire points for the game. Matter of fact, I know some of you guys are already playing it. Let's check the leaderboard. Let's see who's in the lead of the game. Looks like, oh, here we go. Jose Silveira, Dirk Gansel, and Luis Diazela. Could you have picked three harder names? Holy crap. Well, those guys all have 77 points, so there you go. That's the leaderboard. You're going to catch them. And at the end of the week, you're going to be glad you did acquire points because there are some cool prizes, so you might want to make sure you do that. We've got a lot of awards to give away this over the next 3 or 4 days, and instead of doing them all at once, we're going to kind of break it up a little bit. So there are going to be some awards presented tonight. If you're fortunate enough to be an award winner, we would ask you, let's do a little traffic monitoring here. We'd ask you to enter up here on this side, walk across the stage, and then exit over there. And if you look, that's where the photo gallery will be taken. So matter of fact, can the gentlemen that are going to be in the pictures also feel free to, at this time, go over there and get preset for the photo opportunities for the award winners. And I think that's it for me as far as this. Now I just have to bring to the stage our first presenters. They are co-presenters of the first group of awards. From the Cala region, please welcome Javier Leon and Alberto Lucel.
Good evening.
Bonsoir.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
We are here tonight to present the award for the community service category in the Cala region. This engineering department worked remodeling and improving the facility of Man's public school for low-income students. They recorded the entire service with video and then shared that video with us.
And the winner is Santiago Marriott, Mr. Sergio Hidalgo.
Our next presenter from Region East 2, please welcome to the stage Jay McLeod.
Good evening. I'm here to present the Community Service Award for the engineering discipline in East 2. In the community in which this person worked, it was actually required that you give back to the community. Required. This particular person spent time working what's called Plantation Day, Lunch in Liana, and various other projects similar to that that gave back directly to the neighborhoods in which he worked. Not only did this person do that work, this person's been promoted and moved far away from this place in Hawaii, but still goes back every year on his own dime, on his own time, and actually now is chairman in charge of operating the Plantation Day. So it gives me great pleasure to give this award to Ed Johnson, cluster director from New Jersey.
Please welcome our next presenter to the stage from the East 3 region, Mr. Mike Brighton.
All right, nobody call me. It's my privilege to announce the winner of the 2014 East 3 Engineering Community Service Award. This individual not only initiates projects within his hotel, but also within the community. He recently partnered with an Extreme Makeover and helped put together a Spirit to Serve event here in Orlando with the Give the Kids the World organization. Congratulations to Jim Berry from the JW Marriott Grand Lakes.
Our next presenter is the Vice President of IT from the Kayla region. Please welcome Jerry Ulrich.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Buenas noches, damas y caballeros. I am here this evening to present the CALA IT Spirit to Serve Award. The JW Lima is a hotel that has partnered with an organization, a nonprofit organization called Techo para mi País. And this organization mobilizes volunteers to build transitional housing for people in poor communities. With money contributed by guests, the hotel built 2 transitional homes for families to provide safe and decent shelter. In addition to the building of the homes, the hotel has taken an additional step to provide skills training to people in these communities to improve their opportunities for employment to better their lives. So I'm here to present this CALA IT Spirit to Serve Award to Juan Sierra and Humberto Asca from the JW Lima.
Our next presenter is the Vice President of IT East. Please welcome Teresa Walrath.
Thank you. I'm here to present the award for the Eastern region, Spirit to Serve. This individual embodies the spirit to serve, both at work and in their community. This past year alone, I know of 4 different events that this individual participated in. One focused on a local family who had gone through a horrible tragedy, and our participant volunteered their time, did fundraising to help build a home for this family, as well as worked with the local Marriott properties to come up with interim accommodations. Another event, Toys for Tots, which annually this individual brings the entire team together to spend a day working on putting together packages for children who are in need, works at the Thanksgiving in a soup kitchen, providing food to those who cannot afford it themselves, as well as helping out in the kitchen with cleaning. I could go on and on as far as the different events that this person gets involved with. So rather than do that, I'd like to bring up the award winner, Lisa Esposito, who's the Area Director of IT. Lisa.
There we go. How about a big round of applause for all of our presenters and all of our award winners? And as I said, there are going to be a lot of awards presented this week. We thought we'd just kind of break it up into small bites. Well, I'll tell you what, it's great to see a lot of familiar faces because I've been doing these events for, I think, 12 or 13 years. And I actually recognize a lot of people. I only stay in Marriott's. I travel 40 weeks a year. That's in my rider. I only stay at Marriott's. I expected more out of that, but that's all right. What's that? I'm a smart man. Thank you, sir. That's my agent. And it's always a pleasure because I know what I'm going to get. I know I'm going to get a great experience. I'm going to get the great, do you still call it everything in working order? That's a term from the past, but I can count on that when I stay at any of the Marriotts in the brand. And as a way of kind of introducing something new and some new, injecting some fresh blood into the thing, I don't know, that's probably a poor analogy, but Rob and Steve and some of the people said, hey, let's have a little bit of fun with this. Let's bring in a fresh face. And so we thought it would be a lot of fun they asked me who I would suggest, and it's a pleasure now to bring to this stage someone. She's going to be with us all week. I know you're going to love her. She's very funny. She's also a frequent Marriott stayer. You're going to recognize her from being a finalist on Last Comic Standing. If you listen to the Howard Stern show, she's on there all the time. She travels all around the country, and she's also touring right now with Jenny McCarthy doing the Dirty, Sexy, Funny tour. None of that stuff's as important as the fact that she's here this week for Marriott. How about a big round of applause for my friend, Tammy Pescatelli. Tammy, come on out.
Thank you very much. Yeah, how about a round of applause for Mark and for everybody who's received all these wonderful awards. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you for bringing me to a beautiful property that I don't have to pretend is a nice property. That actually made me feel like a Khaleesi last night for Game of Thrones with the flower petals in the carpet. That's amazing right there. Rather than sometimes I stay at hotels and they have boards of how nice the renovation is going to be. As if to say, we know how crappy it is right now. But if you would come back, the people who are going to be here are going to be really happy. In Orlando, I get nervous to come to Orlando. I once took my family to Disney. I'm 100% Sicilian right away. Let me get that out of it. Like, my family's from the old country, Brooklyn. So, yeah, it's different. I have a different thing. My family's crazy. When I went into show business, I got a television show. I called up my grandfather. I said, Pop, I shot a pilot. He said, oh my God, don't say that over the phone. So it was one of those crazy, and I've done things with them. They're not people you can take in public. We went to Disney World, we got kicked out. That's the happiest place on earth, right? Like, literally, I have 17 of my family members, and they're like this big. They're not tall enough to ride the rides, and they smuggled their own homemade wine into the park, and they got drunk and are walking around Small World telling people how ugly their babies are. It's just crazy. Actually, I grew up in Cleveland, and we used to have a SeaWorld. Now we don't have a SeaWorld anymore. They actually have a Cleveland aquarium that is filled with a bunch of fish from Lake Erie. Yeah, which is right there. Thank you for my geography majors. Thank you. And one shark that's pissed it got traded to Cleveland. So it's very... We have the lowest divorce rate in the country in Cleveland. Anybody from that area? Because of our sports teams, because you keep thinking, maybe it'll be better, and it never gets better. It just gets too cold to move. I'm married now, which is something was never my goal. A lot of women, that's your goal in life. People used to throw me the bouquet at a wedding, I'd catch it, throw it right back, hit in the face, because I'm competitive, but I didn't want the problems. And it's a weird, because every day there's always something. I really want to have a television show called What the Hell is Wrong with You? Don't you just see stupid stuff every day that you wish you could go up to that person and go, hey, come here. What the hell is wrong with you? Every guy came up to me after the show last week. He said, I saw you on YouTube. Remember me? I don't even know how I'm supposed to answer that. I don't want to end up in a box underneath his bed somewhere. It's a crazy life every day. And it's not that people, I realize, are dumber than they used to be. It's just that now we let them out of the house. Right? In the old days, their families used to cover for them. Don't you remember there was always one kid in every neighborhood you weren't allowed to play with? In the summertime, he'd be behind the screen door in his underwear and cowboy boots, eating a fudgesicle. Now you work with him. You know who you are. You know that you're barely pulling this off. You know that. Some of you are sitting here going, if I can just give them one more beer, no one will know that I am completely inept. I got to just keep this shit going one more time. I wasn't supposed to swear. Oh, well. I'm a good Catholic. It happens. Sometimes you can't help but swear. My son came home. He's 6 years old, first grade. He said, Mommy, stupid is a bad word. That's what they told me at school. You're not supposed to say stupid. I go, listen, I got to cut out enough words. Stupid is staying in. What are we supposed to do? There's nothing with kids. Everybody tries to tell you what to do with your kids. Like, we need the station wagon to come back. Because that's when not only did you discipline children back then, but it was a sense of humor. Because if you rode in that station wagon, right away, you knew you were the disposable child. They had that seat that faced the car we couldn't figure out, right? It had basement paneling. Is it a car? Is it a forest? What the hell is going on? Then we had the seat that faced the oncoming traffic. At any moment, that death trap back door might just swing open and your little butt would just roll out on the side. And your parents wouldn't even stop to pick you up. They'd just slow down and tell you, keep running. You could pretend to be kidnapped. But we had fun as kids. We had sense of humor. You'd be in the back seat with help. And what did the other drivers do? Nothing. Because they had a sense of humor back then. If you don't believe me that there's no sense of humor in this country anymore, just try that yourselves when you get home. Thursday night, pick up a kid, hopefully it's yours. Put them in the back seat of the car, let them pretend to be kidnapped. See what happens. People call 911, there'll be choppers and flares and Nancy Grace at the exit. No sense of humor anymore. And I get it. Like, I mean, I told you, my son is 6, and I worry about him because I love my husband, but let's just say, here, I'll put it to you like this. I have a master's degree, he has a GED, okay? Not just 1, 2, because he sent away for an extra copy. He's a double major. And it didn't matter when we were dating, okay? None of that mattered. I mean, I remember having a discussion. I told him, I'm like, I love to read. He goes, I never read a book in my life. Well, I wouldn't tell people that if I were you. But it only matters once you have a kid. And then I wanted to send my son to preschool, and I happened to find, that's very competitive, by the way. I found the preschool in our area that not only do you have to fill out an application, you have to write an essay. An essay to get your child into preschool. I got so nervous. My husband goes, I'll write it. No. Not only will he not get in, we'll lose custody. Like, it's not gonna happen. That's not to say he's stupid. He has a lot of useless information. He watches all those shows like on Discovery, and like he watches Amish Mafia. Do you know this show? Sir, do you know this show? And you're completely bored with me too. I'm sorry, you can leave, I don't care. You're just like sitting there, you're like, how does she see me? It's not sorcery, sir. I'm here, you there. This is not, I think you're at home through your television. See who's coasting through the meeting? See, what did I tell you? Where are you from, sir? You're from Miami? Okay, so do you know where you are right now? Just welcome to the country, sir. It's crazy. Every day there's something. He watches. Amish mafia, by the way, is not real. In case you're wondering, my people don't have a mafia. Don't worry, you're not going to offend Amish people. They're not here, and they're not staying with you. They're not real. What are they going to do if you go against a Don? Cut off a horse's head and leave it in your bed? Then they'd have no ride home. So it's not, doesn't even make sense, does it? It doesn't. A lot of useless information. And it comes out at the most inopportune time. One night we were asleep, dead asleep. I woke up, I was choking. I'm like, he woke up, he looked at me, goes, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I'm choking." He said, "Maybe you ate a spider." "What the hell is wrong with you?" He said, "I was watching the Discovery Channel, and the average person eats about 8 spiders a year in their sleep." You're an idiot, all right? Because now I can't sleep. I don't know if I'm on spider 1 or spider 8. I got to sleep with a nicotine patch over my mouth. I'm punching him in the crotch because if I got to be awake, he's got to be awake. I'm laying there thinking, what kind of sick scientist is doing the research, watching 7 spiders crawl in someone's mouth and not flicking out the 8th? And I'm happy. And I'm happy to be here tomorrow morning. Breakfast next door, 7 o'clock. Have a good time tonight. You don't have to drive anywhere, so don't drink too much and grab a go-kart on the property. We will find you or try to mount any of those SeaWorld stuffed animals that are out front. But have a good time. Enjoy the vendors. But remember to get enough rest because tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock next door for breakfast. Thanks so much, you guys. Good night. Thank you.
I feel good. I knew that I would not. I feel